Happy Independence Day from the Lil Urban Farm. I wanted to talk about something that I think is extremely important right now. And it has to do with freedom. It has to do with the freedom of choice and the freedom to use our voices. I want to speak about the Tractor Supply statement. A friend just shared a really important quote with me, and I think it's really poignant here. If you don't stand for something, you'll stand for anything. I do not believe that Tractor Supply is standing in integrity, flip-flopping with their statements. And it doesn't matter which side, it's not about that. It's about them not honoring their values to begin with. Let me share my values with you guys, because I don't know if I have ever done that. I've talked about my roots, I've talked about where I come from and why I do the work that I do. I actually just put my values on my website a few weeks ago, so this is actually quite perfect. The Lil Urban Farm stays rooted in accessibility, community, inclusion and equality, compassion with kindness and respect, and sustainability. Based on those values from where I operate and from where my business principles come from, I cannot in good faith support a company that lacks the integrity to stand behind their choices and may go against that ideology. So what I see from this is, honestly, I see a commitment to the bottom line. I see a commitment to corporate greed. I see a commitment to money lost, not people's voices. And we can disagree on that. I know a lot of people are actually thrilled with this decision and they feel heard. And I'm glad that a company has made you feel heard. It could have been worded a lot differently. I come from corporate America. I have worked in HR. I have studied public relations. There are ways that could have been handled. I feel like that it could have been handled much better. And real quick, to speak on my roots, if you don't know me and my story, I started out of food advocacy and helping vulnerable neighborhoods. Vulnerable neighborhoods, you may have heard the term food deserts. I don't know if that's PC to say anymore, so I call them vulnerable neighborhoods. Vulnerable neighborhoods are areas where people lack access to healthy food. They are usually areas of poverty. People there may not have transportation. They don't have access to get to the grocery stores. They don't have access to maybe do some of the things that the rest of us have the privilege to be able to do. My farm started out of that and shared out of community giving, out of community sharing, out of, bringing things to those neighborhoods and being able to help others. This goes against that for me. This goes against who I support. This goes against my friends. It's just, I get both sides. I get that there are people that feel like highlighting those groups is actually causing more division. I don't see it that way. I see it as people who lack the voice. They lack the accessibility. They lack being heard. That's why these things exist. As a woman who works in corporate America, I have felt the inequality. I have not felt it based on my skin color or my sexual preferences, but I have felt it as a woman. So those things matter to me, and sustainability matters to me. My primary company that I work for outside of Lil Urban Farm, I am a graphic designer, by the way, working for corporate America. Our business is in sustainability. We sell business knowledge based on like applications that you would buy a subscription to that help companies make sustainable choices. One of our primary pillars is decarbonization. It is important. I know people don't think that it is, but especially in the agricultural industry, they are some of the ones that have the most practices that go against that. They actually are creating many of the carbon issues. They actually are some of the ones that are releasing some of the most carbon dioxide and creating some of the issues. That can be remedied. It can be remedied with regenerative farming. There are ways that it can be done. But some of these companies and a lot of the grocery stores that you're purchasing your food from, it's from those companies. They're not choosing to do that. So on this Freedom Day, I just wanted to remind everyone that we all have the right to choose. I'm not judging anyone for either side. You have the right to your choices. But I also have the right to my choices and for the voices that I want to be heard. So at this point, I have removed my affiliate status with them, and I am removing my support, and it hurts. This is not an easy decision. All of my chicken stuff comes from Tractor Supply. I will not be promoting it going forward. So anyway, I hope that you all have a safe and grateful holiday. I hope that you enjoy the freedoms that we all have, including using our voices. And so today I thought it was important to share mine. Everyone is welcome here. I don't care what you believe in. If you believe that I'm full of shit, that's fine. You're welcome to feel that I'm full of shit too. And you know, you don't have to follow me, but I would love it if you'd stick around. I think the only way that we learn together is by working together and by working as a community and talking to one another. So with that being said, I'm gonna go get dirty in the garden, and I hope you have the freedom to do that too.